My name is Anjana. I'm an infectious diseases physician in University Malaya and will be your MC for today. I would like to welcome all of you to the Malaysian Implementation Science Training MIST Summer Bootcamp. This workshop is dedicated to advancing implementation science in resource-limited settings. With the theme of making implementation science available and approachable to resource-limited settings, this bootcamp is a remarkable initiative within the MIST training program, the first training program in Malaysia to combine HIV and implementation science with human rights training, benefiting from the combined expertise and resource of Yale University School of Medicine and Public Health alongside University Malaya. As we embark on the third workshop of this series, it marks an exciting milestone as the second face-to-face workshop where participants can engage in immersive learning, interactive sessions, and invaluable networking opportunities. Expanding year to year, this year I'm proud to share that we have 148 participants, including 7 international participants from the USA, the Philippines, and Thailand. We also have young representation from the community, and we apologize that we had to turn down quite a few people due to limited space. We are truly grateful to all the participants who've taken the trouble to come for the program, especially those who came outside of Kuala Lumpur. Having personally attended the workshop last year and gaining a wealth of knowledge, I am eagerly waiting to listen to the amazing lineup of speakers and participate in the breakout sessions as we continue our collective journey of learning and growth together. So without further ado, I would like to invite our Dean, Professor Dr. April Camilla Roslani, Faculty of Medicine, University Malaya, to deliver her welcome address.
Thank you very much, Anjana. Distinguished faculty members of the Yale Medical School and Yale School of Public Health, respected colleagues from University Malaya, esteemed representatives from the Ministry of Health in Malaysia, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera, and good morning to you all. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Malaysian Implementation Science Training, or MIST, Summer Bootcamp 2023. And to our international delegates, welcome to Malaysia. We live now in the era of value-based healthcare, in which healthcare interventions must not only have evidentiary merit for outcomes, be feasible within the healthcare system's resources, but also have patient-perceived value. Nevertheless, despite the explosion of new knowledge generated through the Fourth Industrial Revolution, impact on outcomes is suboptimal, often due to failures of implementation. From such beginnings did implementation science develop, encompassing methods and strategies that facilitate the uptake of evidence-based practices and research into regular use by researchers, practitioners, and policymakers. In 2020, Yale University and University Malaya, under the leadership of Professors Rick Alties and my illustrious predecessor, Atiba Kamaruzzaman, were awarded a multi-million-dollar grant by the Fogarty International Program at the National Institutes of Health, USA, to catalyze implementation science research and training. This support allowed the development of the Malaysian Implementation Science Training Program, which serves to create the next generation of implementation scientists, not just in Malaysia, but across the region. The MIST program is committed to making implementation science approachable, affordable, and accessible to resource-limited settings, fully aligned with University Malaya's vision of impacting the world through its mission of nurturing leaders and pushing the boundaries of knowledge. Thus far, MIST has trained 4 faculty in implementation science from University Malaya's Faculty of Medicine and enrolled 7 doctoral students to create local expertise. To expand the local reach of implementation science and meet the growing demand, MIST developed this yearly summer boot camp. The boot camp is a collaborative effort of University Malaya through its Center of Excellence for Research in AIDS, or CHERIA, and Center of Epidemiology and Evidence-Based Practices, or CEBP, with Yale University's School of Medicine and School of Public Health. The MIST Summer Boot Camps in 2021 and 2022 focused on HIV in implementation science. As we come together for the third time, our focus has broadened to include other infectious diseases as well as non-communicable diseases. Our boot camp this year is truly global. As you have heard, there are participants from Thailand, the Philippines, as well as the US, joining the Malaysian delegates. We have a very exciting agenda ahead with keynote lectures, plenaries, skill-building workshops, Ask the Expert sessions, and interactive workshops on cutting-edge methods in implementation science. You will learn from global scholars before applying the concepts and methods demonstrated in the workshops. To allow clarification of any doubts or questions you may have, extra time has been allocated for you to ask the experts. All of this would not have been possible without the collaboration and hard work of many people. In particular, I would like to thank the Yale professors Stan Vermont, Rick Altis, Denise Esmond, Jennifer Edelman, Luke Davis, Sheila Shenoy, and Lynn Madden for braving the long flight from the US to Kuala Lumpur to share their valuable knowledge and expertise. Thank you also to Professor Adiba and my other University Malaya colleagues at Sharia, CEBP, for your efforts to make this summer boot camp a reality and continuing to spearhead the growth of implementation science in the region. I wish you all a wonderful journey of learning, sharing, and thoughtful discourse over the next 3 days. With that, I declare the MIST Summer Boot Camp 2023 officially launched. Wassalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Prof. April, for the warm welcoming speech and for launching the event for us. Next, I would like to invite Professor Frederick Altis. Prof. Rick is a professor of medicine, epidemiology, and public health, who is also a clinician, clinical epidemiologist, intervention and implementation science researcher at the Yale School of Medicine and School of Public Health. He's the PI to MIST, but most importantly, he always has this infectious energy and passion about him and lights up any room he walks into. So let us all welcome Prof. Rick.
Thank you for that very warm introduction, and Dean April, as always, I am so grateful for the support and commitment that you and your faculty have provided. I know sort of coming into all of this and meeting with us last time here was really a real honor, and to know that the Dean, and of course in our world, deans are not always supportive of this sort of stuff, but as a surgeon, it's incredible. And I just want to say thank you for really all of the support. And not just for this program, but for your faculty to be able to do things and to transform the way that work is done here. The good news is my colleagues have really told us all about what MIST is and what we're hoping to do. And that actually saves a little bit of time today, because it is really a labor of love that we have had over the last many years. Just to cite a little bit about this collaboration, and MIST is the most recent one, but we've been working together between Yale and University of Malaya since 2005. We've published over 140 papers collaboratively between the two universities. And I think it's really a testament to the quality of the researchers who are committed to doing this work. And this work has actually grown from just a couple of people to what I would say is a complete army of people who are dedicated and equipped to ending the HIV epidemic and all of the non-communicable diseases associated with that. So it's really been a labor of love. And of course, we're coming into our 4th year, and there will be a 5th year, and we're hoping to renew. So all of your feedback from the next couple of days will be greatly appreciated. Before we get to the end, we always thank the people who do the work. I want to thank the people who've made this happen right up front. And so first of all, I want to thank our colleagues from University of Malaya, led by the new director of Sharia, Romana, and her army of really excellent people, Clara, Serena, Kamaria, Jay, Anna, who have really, they have done all of the work to get you here safely and to make this a really productive effort. And I can tell you that without this community of people doing this work, we wouldn't all be here today. What you're going to see is the highlights and the fireworks from all of this, but all of the work to get it set up really happened by these folks. I also want to thank Paula, who is really the coordinator from the Yale side. You all don't know this, but I have a shared calendar with Paula, and I see all of the meetings that all of these incredibly extraordinary women are on night, or for Paula's night, but their morning, week after week after week in planning. So I want to really acknowledge that right up front. I want to also thank the Miss faculty, both from University of Malaya and from Yale. My colleagues, I got to travel with, there were 5 of us together, but we traveled 30 hours to get here, and you know, we're still smiling, and so because we're so enthusiastic to be here. But also our University of Malaya faculty, who have contributed so extraordinarily to making this happen. We've got our trainees, our PhD candidates, who will present their work in progress, and so we're going to actually get to learn from real-world implementation that's happening over the course of the days. And then last of all, the schedule is really a little bit different this year, and I really like it in that it has a number of plenary sessions, and these are the 30,000-foot level issues or topics that really cover the basics so that everybody gets a sort of a level-ish playing field. We're getting to hear some research in progress of what does it look like. We've got some presentations on real-world implementation, and you know, sometimes when we have these lectures about the ideals and the principles and stuff like that, there needs to be sort of a foundation for that, so we've got some of that. We've got some skills building, so people are going to learn a lot of new skills potentially on, let's say, how do you present your work? I mean, we're scientists, and we're going to present to each other beautifully, but how do we present to the press or to the government or the people who are going to make our decisions? So we've got some new experts who are providing some guidance with regard to that. How to write a manuscript. I mean, one of the most important things that we, you know, in terms of imparting our knowledge is to be able to really show what we did and get it into the peer-reviewed literature. How to write grants so we can keep this sort of work going on. And how do you sort of present your work to various different folks? How do you do a proper literature search? All of the sort of the basics, and I think that that's a real addition for this particular program. So I want to thank each of you all last, and importantly, for being here, because this workshop and training program would not happen unless you all were committed to being here and spending the time. It's going to be a very exciting 3 days. I'm wearing a coat. I'll lose it fairly soon. Everybody on the faculty is approachable. Don't get caught up in the uniforms that we're wearing. This should be a fun, interactive process, and I welcome and encourage a very interactive process. If you're not interacting, you're not thinking, so we want the comments, we want the questions, we want the feedback, and so let the fun begin. Thank you.